Alright, we're here at the War Store. We're going to be playing as Space Marines versus the new Imperial Guard Codex. We got a terrain set up here, some new terrain that the War Store got. We rolled up Emperor's Will, so we're going to have one objective each. And the hammer and anvil, so it's going to be the short table edges. Let's take a look at the forces.
All right, this is the new list. Just wrote it up. I'm using my HQ. One commander with a bolt gun, one medic, one regimental standard, 2 melted guns, Chimera. I did a regular infantry platoon, command section, and a Chimera. He's got 2 melted guns, 1 flamethrower, actually 3 melted guns, 1 flamethrower, and the platoon officer with his bolt pistol. Then I did 3 exact squads, sergeant, close combat weapon, and melted guns, and each in Chimera. Then I did 3 veteran squads, each with commander, a sergeant, and 3 melted guns in Chimera. 2 times 2. 1 stripped down Lehman Russ with a heavy stubber, and 1 demolisher just with a heavy bolter in the front. And then I got 3 vendettas to round it out. So it's coming in at 1997 points.
Alright, for the Space Marines, we got the Crimson Fists. So they're going to be led by Pedro Cantor. And he has a retinue of Terminator Assault with the pair of lightning claws. They're going to be inside the Storm Raven. The Storm Raven does have extra armor on it. They'll be escorted by Storm Talon. I got 2 separate Land Speeder Typhoons. They're not a squadron. They're going to be 2 separate units. I've got 3 tactical squads and drop pods. All of them are identical. They have a sergeant with a combi melta, a melta gun, and a heavy bolter. So 3 identical tactical squads. We're looking for a rapid deployment here. And then I have a Stern Guard squad, which will count as scoring due to Pedro Cantor's special rule. They have 2 heavy flamers. And then I have an assault squad. We took off the jump packs and put them in a drop pod for free. And they're led by a sergeant with a pair of lightning claws and 2 flamers. And it comes up to 2,000 points right on the nose. So we got the drop pod insertion force. And then the flyers with some land speeders scouting ahead. Okay, we got deployment. Crimson Fist, we've got the first roll, so we deployed. We'll go first. I got a combat squad with a heavy bolter on top of this plateau. We got one of the land speeders behind the rock. The other land speeder on the other flank with that rock. And then I have 2 combat squatted heavy bolter teams in the ruin, protecting the objective. We come over here. We got Matt's deployment. He's got his demolisher out front and the Russ up top, and then he's got all his chimeras up here on this small hill. Which one's the company command? The guy with the heavy bolter?
Yeah, the one this side.
So the company command is in the center here, and then he's got some looks like veteran squads, and then the platoon guys. Are veterans with the stubbers?
Yep. They're on the side there, and the regular platoon's right there. On the right flank.
Alright, so we rolled. It's not night fight, and Matt did not seize the initiative, so go to turn 1, Space Marines. Alright, so 3 of these pods are going to come down. We're going to drop our tactical squad pods. They'll come down first. Alright, we got 3 drop pods dropping down here on first turn. This one's fell back a little bit, but the guys were able to deploy with the meltas.
Why are you
This guy deployed back here, leapfrogged, deployed out here, and this one hit dead on target. So we're able to get these guys on a little conga line, splitting that demolisher up there. All right, so a little bit of damage. Turn 1 melters were able to penetrate through this veteran's Chimera. We got an explosion result. Killed 4 dudes in the wreckage. They are not pinned. These guys came out. Only were able to do 1 whole point of damage to the Lehman Russ battle tank. And then these guys decided to fire down on the rear of the demolisher and got a weapon destroyed result at a glance. So we got the whole mount and 2 whole points of damage. And then my Typhoons fired up on this Chimera. The platoon's Chimera did 1 whole point with a glance. And then that guy fired up and did a whole point of damage to this command tank. So we got 1 Chimera out of action and damaged a few others. Damaged some of the Lehman Russes, but looking pretty good for the guard. All right, let's see their reaction. Guard, turn 1. All right, turn 1 for the guard. Good results here. They got a lot of kills here. Both of these squads were reduced to 1 man left from all of the multi-laser and the snap-firing bolters, heavy bolters, and the veterans come popping out the back with the melters. This guy fell back, but he's going to rally. This guy held strong. This squad was wiped out completely by a lot of fire from this platoon and the platoon command. Able to take them out with the melters. And then this gun fired, had a nice shot, fired on my objective, the demolisher cannon. Direct hit, caused 2 wounds, and we failed on morale check and then ran off the objective off the back of the table. So good from the guard. We got 1 full squad kill, a 2nd squad injured and then ran and fell back off the table. So 2 5-man squads are gone, and 2 other 5-man squads are reduced to 1 man apiece. And the one of the drop pods had its weapon destroyed and took a whole point of damage. So we're going on to Space Marines, Crimson Fist, turn 2. See if any of the reserves come on. Alright, so we got the Assaults drop pod coming in on the 4 better. So they're good. Stern Guard also coming on. The Storm Raven with the Storm Talon escorting also coming on. So everything that I have is on the table now. Let's go to deployment.
Fail. And they're gonna run.
I have an idea.
They're gonna run back 3 inches.
Okay, we had a lot of shooting. These veterans got shot by some pistols and some storm bolters from the drop pods. Killed about 3 guys. They failed the morale check and ran.
But Daddy, can you ask Sally if there's free games on his computer?
We shot this command tank. The company command tank was fired upon by. We did a whole point of damage. The guys disembarked, so we killed that tank. The guys that disembarked came out on this side of the tank from emergency disembarkation, and then subsequently got flamed with the heavy flamer from the Stern Guard squad. So the company command has been taken out by Stern Guard. These Stern Guard dropped in here. We tried to use flamer to go across, but we did get at least 1 more hull point, so we wrecked this lead Chimera here on this side from the platoon. The platoon bailed out, and they were pinned as the vehicle was wrecked, coming out of the wreckage. This assault squad attempted to shoot everything it had, the pistols, into the back of this Chimera, but we didn't do anything. Everything just plinked off the armor on the back. The flamers did not penetrate through any of the cracks in the hull plates. So we got, these Chimeras are untouched, but everything that came on did damage. The multi-melter failed to get a glance on here. And we were able to destroy this tank. The Storm Talon was able to get a shot that glanced it and took it down to its last hull point. So that was the end of
You want to play on my phone?
Space Marines turn 2. Now we're at the bottom of the turn to see the Imperial Guard's reaction.
We have the lighting one. Yep.
Okay, turn 2 saw 2 vendettas out of the 3 show up. The one vendetta was able to do 2 whole points of damage to the Storm Raven and blew off its assault cannon. The other vendetta took the all 3 hits. I tried to jink, failed all 3 jinks, so this thing, Storm Talon, was knocked out of the air and destroyed. It's a flaming wreck. The Demolisher, the Lehman Russ battle tank backed up and fired a battle cannon round here and was able to kill 4 of the stern guard. This guy was able to hold his ground and he survived, made his morale check. The pod got damaged, took a whole point and lost a weapon. Okay, these guys snap fired and didn't do any damage in here. All these 3 of these chimeras fired on this assault squad and we lost 2 men from combined las cannon, las gun, multi-laser and multi-gun shots. And that's about it. So some damage was on this assault. The veterans that were out from last time were assaulted and they were killed this turn. So the vendettas came on, did some damage. He lost the remnants of his veteran squad. And I lost a Storm Talon. And 5 guys from a Stern Guard squad that combat squatted. Alright, we're going on to turn 3. Everything I have is on the table. Still got this objective held. These guys on the back. Some damage. Okay, turn 3 shooting. This Typhoon was able to stun this Chimera and take another hull point off of it, so it will only be able to snap fire. We charged the Lehman Russ, and the sergeant wasn't able to do anything, but he put a crack grenade on the back and did penetrate, taking away its last hull point, so that became a wreck. The Flamer squad took out these guys that were remaining here, and the Storm Bolter shot the last guy standing. The assault squad assaulted the platoon's command tank and was able to glance it, so it wrecked it. These guys popped out and they became pinned in the back. So we got a whole squad back there. This thing's been immobilized, took a whole point of damage, but otherwise it's good to go. And the Storm Talon came in. He did the most damage. He blood strike missiles take this guy out. Multi-melter was able to wreck this. Got a wreck result here. And the Storm, the land speeder fired on the back of this guy and was able to do the immobilization. So we did some damage. Hopefully we can avoid the vendettas this turn. And Matt's got one more vendetta in reserve, and we're going to roll that up now and see what he's got. So we're going on to Imperial Guard, turn 3. A lot of wrecked vehicles in this area. Trying to go after the objective. Okay, vendettas fired. Both of them fired here. We went to ground, so we got the 3+ cover save. One guy was killed from the 2 vendettas. This Typhoon was immobilized by the multi-laser shots from the Chimera. Veterans came out and gunned down, between the veterans and their tank, they gunned down the 2 remaining tactical squad members over here. Platoon squad came out, infantry squad, shot a bunch of las guns down here, killed 2 or 3 guys. We made a morale check. And the big news of the day, the vendetta that came on, the last one, was able to smoke and light up the Storm Raven. It had 1 hull point remaining. Crashed and burned. Killed 4 Terminators. So Cantor and the 1 Terminator are remaining from that squad. And that's it. All right, on to the top of turn 4 for the Space Marines. See if we can salvage this. All right, Flamer took out 7 guys from this platoon squad, infantry squad.
I'll take some more money.
Cantor used Dorn's arrow, mowed down the platoon command squad. There was only 3 guys remaining. The Terminator assaulted the group that was in this ruin, killed 4 guys, made them run. They broke, but now they have a chance to rally next turn. And that's it. This guy that had the flamer had nothing to shoot at, so he ran to the other side of the drop pod, claiming the objective. Still got some stern guard that can claim objective, and he's got 2 veteran squads over there that are troops that can claim objectives. So we're going to try to hold on until the end of the game. Hopefully it'll end after turn 5. All right, a lot of damage. All the chimeras except for 3 have been destroyed. We got this one that's immobilized, and these 2 won't be able to fire or move this turn. All right, the Vendettas went into hover mode, reverse course, targeted Pedro Cantor, the chapter master. The first one hits twice, rolls 2 1s because he was too nervous to kill the chapter master. Hesitant on the trigger there, and this guy, he's like, I'll show you how it's done. He blasts away. 3 hits, 3 wounds, failed 2 saves, and they didn't make him eternal. He's a dead man. Dead chapter master, 1 failed save. And then this guy guns down the remaining Terminator. So Cantor and his Terminators are gone, so that's a Slay the Warlord point for each of us, so that's a wash now for that. These guys came up the hill, fired at this last remaining stern guard, but he was able to weather the storm. The immobilized Typhoon weathered the multi-laser shots. These guys tried to charge through here. They got flamed down by the assault squad, and these guys broke and ran, so they're still broken morale. They'll get one more chance to regroup. That was the bottom of 5, so we got to see if it goes on to a 6. All right, you want to roll it?
We gotta roll 1 that goes in.
3 or higher, it continues.
Nope.
So, all right. All right, so the game ended at the end of turn 5. We had both objectives. These veterans were coming up the hill. The Vendettas were maneuvering, targeting, moving around to get some targets. We both had line breaker. I had guys with the drop pods back here. He has a Vendetta over there. We both had Slay the Warlord, so that was a wash on that account. Crimson Fist had first blood, and controlling the objectives gets that win. But a good game. The guard definitely have the firepower. You know, they never really a problem. The orders didn't come into play so much because they were in they were all in the vehicles. But and you didn't really have any new units, right? You just had some of the same old units, but lower point costs on some of the. Well, I guess these were increased, right? But the other ones weren't.